So all the channels are up. You ready?
Uh, yeah, yeah. I'm
What's all that noise?
already.
I got static on you now. What'd you do?
Is that staff right there?
Yeah, it's like digital noise.
Okay, is it on?
No, still there.
Still there.
Yeah.
Is
You
it
can't
there
hear it?
now?
You can't hear it?
No, is it there now?
Yeah, still there.
Oh, how about that?
No,
Better?
no, your voice is louder, but something something that you just did in the last minute that brought that in there.
How about that? Is that good? Better?
No, no,
Better?
still there.
Better?
Nope,
Better?
nope,
Better?
nope,
Better?
nope, still there.
How about now? Any better?
No, still there. What'd you
What did I
do?
say? Okay.
Where's your mic sitting?
Huh?
It sounds like it's like RF. You know,
Yeah.
is your
How
what?
about that?
Did you move the phone to a different? Did you bring your second phone close to the first phone?
Yeah, I did, but it's gone now. I
Oh, it's
took it away.
gone. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I took that away completely.
What the hell happened?
Trump.
Well, run that feed.
Okay, you ready?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Is it staticky?
Yeah.
Still?
Yes,
We
sir.
can't have static.
Yeah, it's low, but it's there. If you get a little, let's see, get closer to the mic. It's
How
gone
about
now.
that right there?
The
Gone?
static is gone.
Okay, it's gone.
Now it's
Okay.
back.
Now it's back.
Yeah.
It's back now.
Yep.
Okay. So what's happening here simply is my Facebook is picking it up.
Maybe so.
That's exactly. It's gone now, right? Yep.
Nope.
Okay. You know what we're gonna do?
What we're gonna do?
Scratch this. Scratch it. Scratch the mic.
You think it's coming from the microphone? Can you
Can
hear
you
me?
hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you.
Nice and clear.
Not really.
Nice and clear.
Oh, that's horrible.
That's God. Yeah. How about now?
Yeah, that sounds good.
That sounds good.
Not bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. and then tell me about this one right here. Okay.
Well, I won't be able to tell you about that because you're plugging that into your
No,
Facebook,
no,
right?
yeah, you're just going to tell me if there's static.
Okay.
That's all that I need to know.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, I need it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
You miss Rick Scott now. You don't have him to talk about.
It's okay. Got static?
No static. You're clean. Must have been coming from the iRig. Who's the blonde here? Walking on stage. Who is that? Is that Megan Kelly?
Some bitch. What's going on here, man? Dang it.
Hey, everybody. I love you back.
I love me big time.
Who is that? Is that Megan Kelly?
All right.
Thank you.
That's
No.
Donna
Oh,
Ingram.
Laura Ingram. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to help me with some of the names in my ear, okay?
They put them up on the screen.
Okay. Are we good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but don't talk too loud because it overmodulates.
Oh, all right, right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Know me
Okay.
by most,
You ready?
my most important.
I'm ready.
All right. I'm gonna bring you in live on a 3, 2, 1 count. Okay.
Okay. And bring her up so I can hear her.
Okay.
Otherwise, I have to do it here.
No. I'll bring her up. I'll
Okay,
just bring
good.
you in without her
Here we
first.
go.
3, 2, 1.
www.thepowerofvoices.com. This is Jesse Torero back on the air with you from the community to the world. We're going to have a lot of fun today since it's getting close to the end of the RNC. We're gonna kind of do some commentary while the speakers are talking. So if you can go to breakingnews.com, if you're online with us. If you're not, you'll be able to hear this feed that we've got coming in here correctly. Will they be able to hear the feed coming in on the radio as we talk over it?
He enlisted in the Navy in World War II.
Can our audience hear that, Lee? Are you there?
She waited tables until she was 73 years old. My dad.
Hey, Lee, back to the station, Lee.
My parents
Lee.
flew the flag.
Lee. Oh, you must be somewhere. Okay. Well, let's see what we can do here. So what we're going to do, I hope you can bring that up, Lee. Can you bring that up? Are you there? All right. www.thepowervoices.com. Lee has disappeared on me for a moment. And so what we're going to try to do is get him back at the station here. It is thepowerofvoices.com. Jesse T's back on the air. We are watching you while you're watching us. And we're going to have some fun here with the RNC campaign. But I've got to get back to this. I got to reach back to Lee. Hey, Lee, are you with us yet? I need to ask you a question real quick. If you can chime in, that would be great. Anyhow, we are on from the community to the world. The Brown Beauty is back on duty. It's a Jesse T Show live at 5, straight on the point. And Craig Powers just checked in with us. Hey, Craig. Craig Powers, old program director, friend of mine. We gotta bring you up here maybe tomorrow, Craig. Let's hook up. I'd like to get your thoughts on right to carry, because you're in Arizona now. California boy, but you moved to Arizona, so you got to experience both states where you can have a concealed weapon or right to carry firearms. So that's for a future topic. Is Lee back at the studio? Lee, can you hear me yet? Okay. I don't think he can hear me well. So what we're going to do, I hope you can hear this. Yeah, I've got one near me. Hey, let's see if we can find. I don't think he's here. I don't think he's back. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to have some fun here. We're kind of breaking some new technology here. I'm going to try something out here. I'm going to give some commentary here as we watch the RNC, and I'm going to play with this a little bit and have some commentary going in and around them. And this is Laura Ingraham. Laura Ingraham, yes, okay. www.thepowerofvoices.com. Good to have you along. Facebook Live, YouTube Live. We are everywhere on Periscope and live stream. So it's good to have you on with us. Saying hi to Michelangelo and Samuel Brock Flynn and Craig Powers have us on. For those of you who are chiming in on the telephone lines at 424-227-9461. And this is Laura Ingraham. Laura Ingraham. Laura Ingraham. I mean, she's, she looks like a penguin to me. Laura
Stop
Penguin.
it.
Laura
She's not
Penguin.
bad
Hey,
looking.
Lee,
Yeah.
can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay. So how is the volume mix going out over the radio right now online? How versus me talking and the audio that's running right now?
I have you a little louder than her.
Okay, so okay. I just want to kind of get a feel of where we're at. Okay.
No worries.
So what you might want to do is you might want to bring her up just a little bit hotter. Guys, you're seeing radio live and real, down and dirty, raw and real gritty. This is live digital TV on the Digital Broadcasting Network. That way, she kind of doesn't drown me out a little bit, but I can hear it because I've got a monitor on this end, so I kind of see what's going on in that respect. So how's that mix sounding right now? Is it
perfect?
Kind of what we? Okay, that's great.
Gotcha.
As I said. as I
Don't
said,
respect
in
our laws
watching the
either.
RNC here, it's really
And
crazy.
many of our
And one of the
allies,
things that I have noticed,
don't
you know, they haven't
respect us
had a lot
anymore.
of fighting outside or anything like that. They haven't had
friends,
too much problems,
it
like
is
not what they were
really
expecting.
sad.
Of
It's
course, there's still
heartbreaking
some more time for
to
that
see
to happen.
this
And I know all
happen to
you
the
crazy
country
people out there
that
going,
we
yeah,
love.
I can't
This
wait.
is our
I can't
home.
wait for something to happen. Oh,
It
please, something to
belongs to
happen. Please,
us,
something to happen. I mean,
to our
you news
children,
hounds out there want something to
to our
happen so bad. I
grandchildren.
mean, you got your
It's where
popcorn
our
and your ice
dead
cream, you
are
got your
buried.
chocolate shake, you got your beer, you got your
And
tequila,
we
you got your
deserve
Dr.
better,
Pepper sitting there right
and
by
we
your side,
can
just going,
do better.
this is better than CSI, right? Well, you know, not yet. It's been kind of cool. So outside, so we're going to kind of go on inside the stadium. My God, look at that woman's ring.
Like
That woman
us,
has a ring. Too bad she
Donald
got it at
Trump
Joe's pawn shop.
understands that we
Anyhow, but here's the
have to
point.
turn
I've
this
been
around.
trying to count the
We
black guys
have
in
to
the audience.
restore
That's what I've been
respect
trying to do.
across
And through the
all
whole
levels of
convention,
society.
they pan to the audience. I've been
Unlike
trying to count the
us,
Mexican guys.
Hillary Clinton believes the
I've
status
also been
quo
trying
is
to count
just
the Asian
fine
guys.
because
Oh, I won't forget
she
about you girls
helped
too. So
create it.
I need your help. If you're watching BreakingNews.com with us, we have a goal today. In the next 50
Donald
minutes,
Trump
we have a
knows that a
goal to
nation
count as
without
many
borders
Asian
isn't a
guys,
nation
as
at all.
many
But Hillary
Latino
Clinton,
guys, Hispanic guys,
she doesn't believe
and
in
as
borders.
many black guys. Okay, and see how many there are
Donald
there.
Trump
Because right
knows
now,
that a country
it
must
seems to me
put
it's
its
just like
citizens
just a big
first.
white love
Its
fest
own people
of pillow
first.
talking right now. I mean, I feel like I'm looking at the bakery of the
And what
Pillsbury
about Hillary
Doughboys.
Clinton? Hillary
I mean,
Clinton thinks
I've just never
America
seen
is
so many
just
wide open
another
people here.
nation
There's some big people
in
here,
a
man.
global
I
order.
mean, there's some huge people here. But Laura Ingraham, she's kind of. Let's hear what she has to say here. Yeah,
Donald
bring her up
Trump,
a little bit.
he understands that America's greatness, it comes from her people. It comes from her freedom.
Yeah, I thought she was going to
It
say
comes
something
from
else there for a second. It comes from her. Right. Well, she is skinny.
Hillary
She
Clinton. Well, she
gotta put some
believes our
meat on those.
greatness can only be found in the
Right?
ever-growing, bloated
Oh, look at it's my
government
mom.
bureaucracy that only she,
Hey,
Her
mom.
Majesty, can rule
I'm
over.
being caught dead in a Republican convention. She was a Democrat to the max.
Can almost see the robes being placed over her shoulders. She believes that there's a government solution for every problem.
Of course, there is a government solution to every
No,
problem, especially
Hillary,
when it comes to Hillary
you're the
Clinton.
problem.
I mean, and of course, those big things that show would be free. They brought them down to nonprofit center with her ROTT checks. Oh, she's pointing at us now. Oh, get up. That's right. I think there's going to be a lot of guys that are going to have hernias here at the end of the convention, getting up and down like that. They haven't worked their legs that much in like 27 years. So Laura Ingraham is a conservative political commentator. She's been
I was thinking about it back when I was
railing
in high
hard
school back
against
in
the
1979.
Democrats, and
We were
rightfully
in a
so.
mess back
You
then
know,
too, right?
let's
We
make
waited
America
in line for
first, and let's make where are the
gas. We
black
waited
guys?
for
I'm
our
looking for the
hostages to
Asian
come
guys. Have
home.
you found any
We
Asian guys
waited for
yet, guys?
someone to convince
Girls, have you
us
found any Latino
that the
guys yet,
long
girls?
national nightmare would soon be over.
I'm looking for those Latinos.
Ronald
I mean,
Reagan
what do they just serve
rode in
hamburgers
just
and
in
hot
time
dogs here?
to restore our national confidence. He's watching us today.
They
He's
got to
watching.
follow Sarah Palin right after her.
He rode
Now
in to
that would
restore
be
our
some
national
fun stuff.
confidence, restore our economy and
I
our
like
military.
those hats. The cowboy hats are really
Today,
cool. The white
many
ones
of our
especially.
people
Why
wait
don't
for
they have any
jobs.
brown cowboy hats?
We wait for
Why
a
don't they have any
strategy,
dark
strategy to
black
keep us safe.
cowboy hats?
And our
Wait a minute.
veterans,
I think it's a
they
cowboy
die waiting for
conspiracy.
decent
It's a hat
care.
conspiracy. That's what it is. That's it. It's a hat conspiracy. That's what it
Well,
is.
everybody, with Donald J. Trump, thank God that wait is over. It's done.
No Asian guys there. Do you think that the directors and the camera people they're getting this, stay away from the Asian guy. I want to get the guy in the red, white, and blue with the green eyes.
To work tirelessly
Roger,
to
I
get our
got
country
that,
back on
got that.
track.
The black guys
I wanna
up there,
say
they're
this
up there
very
on the high side of the stadium. Stay away from them.
We should
They're listening to
all-
rap music.
Even all you boys
right.
with wounded
don't know.
feelings and
Looking
bruised
for-
egos,
She's kind of cute. Oh, yeah.
And we love you. We love you. But you must honor your pledge to support Donald Trump now. Tonight. Tonight. I hope they're listening to you. I hope they are listening.
You know what I think they've done? I think they've just taken the same audience and they put it behind a green screen, in front of a green screen, and they got green screen plots going on here. There's like green screen 1, green screen 2, green screen 3. Now, I kind of like the RNC convention and what's happening. You know, they're very positive, talking about America, and I like it. Hey, look at
My
you know,
friends,
there's a lot of things wrong with the country.
this
And
is the most important
both the parties,
election
the Democratic Party and the
since
Republican
1980.
National Party, you know, they both
I
got
worked
their
for Ronald
challenges
Reagan,
and
and I
problems.
remember
But this
before he
RNC
came
convention
along,
is
we
like the
had, you know,
coronation of
things were
Sir
bad.
Trump.
But today,
This guy is
you know,
like,
we have stagnating wages,
you know,
we have
he's walking on
skyrocketing
water.
healthcare costs, doubling of the debt, the threat of ISIS, the
By
rise
no
of
means, I
China.
wouldn't want another Obama,
And
and
the
you know, Hillary
Democrats'
Clinton is not
answer
somebody
to
for
all
me.
that,
That's for
it's to
sure. I think
nominate
it's
the
like
woman
who's lying
who
to
helped
least.
orchestrate America's decline.
What did she just say? We have to
Now
orchestrate
think about
America's
it. Think about
decline?
it.
I really don't
That
think we have to
has to
do
be.
much of that.
No, she said
Some
that
cruel
voting
joke,
for Hillary
like skinny jeans
is
on
voting
men
for
or
the
man
woman
buns
who
or something like that.
orchestrated our decline.
That's a
Well, I would
bad
agree with
joke.
that. You know, Hillary has been declining for about 40
Now,
years. She
I
used to
don't
be
want
really
I don't want to
cute.
sit around and
She's
tell
been like
my
going on the
kids stories
downside for a
someday
while. I understand why
about
Slick Willie
how
has gone and done the Slick Willie
great
thing.
America
You know,
used to be.
I wonder how much Viagra they go
Do
through in the
you?
White House. I always thought about that. How
We
much
never give
Viagra and
up.
Cialis they're using?
We rise to every challenge.
Vitamin B12. I
We
heard that
fight
vitamin B12
and we
works pretty
win.
good too.
We're Americans.
Oh no, no. It's a lot. Oh,
And we need
everybody, ready?
America, we need a
Come on.
president who believes in the Constitution
They've given
and
her a
who
lot
will
of time.
fight for us, not against us, treat us like an ally, not an enemy, fight alongside with us.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We are not the enemy, we're the people.
That's right. Yes.
We're not your servants,
Oh,
you're ours.
like yours.
And
I would go to work for Laura Ingraham being a cabana boy cleaning her pool.
to all
I really
my
would.
friends, they're way up there in the press. I see you. Hello. Hello. To all my friends up there in the press. You all know why in your heart Donald Trump won the Republican nomination. You know
When
it.
you watch this and you turn down the
You know
sound,
why he won it?
the interesting body behavior
Because
is
he
is,
dared to
is,
call
is amazing.
out the phonies, the frauds, and the corruption that has gone unexposed and uncovered for too long.
No, you had 16 other lightweights running up against him.
Do your job.
Well, because they're all handpicked to be lightweights, Lee. Okay.
Handpicked or not, a bunch of losers.
Well, everybody's a bunch of losers that run in politics because they don't want to pick winners. Who wants to have your life turned inside and out and your closet opened up? I mean, really? They don't want to do that. These people are handpicked because they're power-hungry bastards. All of them. All of them are. They aren't there for the money going in. Can you imagine how much money Donald Trump is going to be worth coming out?
Doing your
I mean,
job
he's
is
going
a
to be worth
noble
$100
concept.
billion coming out. Not $5 billion going in. I mean, every president that comes out of Washington now, they go in maybe worth a couple, 3, 4, 5 million. They come out
And by
worth,
the way, people on another
155,
cable network were
180
talking about
million
how
now.
there was no energy
And they're
in the
getting
room
$60
last
million
night.
for
Why don't
speeches.
you
So,
sit
I mean,
here
it's a
with the
big
people?
contact network
What a
based
joke.
globally, of course. So it's not.
America
these are very specific individuals that they pick. They don't pick the best. These are not the best people in our country to run for president. The most, charismatic people by no means. If look, I'll tell you something.
Well,
If
at
that's
least
the
they ought to
best
be in the top 100. They don't have to necessarily be the
they're
best.
not even in the top 100, man. Come on, they're not. Bob Dole, top 100, really? McCain,
Who,
top
who do you
100,
think? Who do
right?
you think
Really?
should be representing the?
Obama, top 100,
Who
really? Come on, man.
who would be
They're
your
not top.
Republican pick right now?
Who would be my Republican pick?
Yeah,
It's our
Trump, of course. Yeah,
but
absolutely.
you're not in love with him. You don't think he's the
No,
best guy for the job. So
no,
who's the
I'm
best
not in love
person
with
for
him.
the job?
Trump.
America,
Okay.
let us
He's the best of the worst. I
No,
can't.
well,
I
who's
can't
the
have the
best?
line
No,
evil
no,
with
see,
the.
you're worse than my first 6 wives. You won't answer the question. Who's the best person for the job?
Who's the best for the Democrats?
For the Republican Party. I'll ask you that 2 weeks from now on the
Who's
Democratic
the best
side.
for the Republicans right now? Donald Trump. He only got one guy left, so he's the one.
No. If he was not the pick at this point, who
You know,
would you like to
he
see?
wasn't necessarily the one that I wanted. In fact, all 17 of them is not really who I wanted. I sort of like Corpus Christi. I call Christie Corpus Christi.
So
I don't know
that
why I
would be
do
your
It just
choice.
reminds me of Corpus. I like that nutcase. I thought he was pretty good, and I also like Ryan. I also like not Ryan, but whatchamacallit. I forgot his name. How fast I forget their names. The guy who was always, his father was against the Federal Reserve Bank for many years.
Paul.
Paul.
Rand Paul.
Rand Paul. I liked Rand Paul. I like.
Who's this guy
Christie.
walking out here?
I don't know who he is. He's a guy. Oh my God. I have no. Nobody knows who he is. He's got a pretty tie, though.
Donald and I have been friends for over 20 years and business partners.
Oh, it's
I
a
can
business
tell you
partner.
as a friend,
I wonder if he's
he
wearing
has
a
been
Trump tie made in
unbelievable.
China.
Donald's word is his bond.
You see, they're all
Donald tells you
Phil
scallywags.
Ruffin.
They're all of them are. They're a bunch of all
He's been my
scallywags. I
partner
can't
and
watch this
friend.
anymore.
Phil
I don't wanna
Ruffin.
walk
He's
this
a
handshake
Nevada
Handshake is better
businessman.
than any contract
Oh
you
yeah,
ever
Phil
write.
Ruffin. Wait a minute. That reminds me of a Motown singer.
Innovator,
No, that was
entrepreneur.
David Ruffin.
No one
That's
in
right.
business
That's his
works
brother right
harder
there.
than
No,
Donald
no.
Trump.
Yeah,
Sometimes
that
you
Not
was his
related.
baby brother
I
right there.
worry
No.
about
That's David Ruffin's brother.
No,
You
that was
see
Jimmy
things that
Ruffin.
Others cannot see.
That was his cousin.
You look at
This
a
is his
deal
brother.
No.
and make
This
something
is his brother
incredible
by
out
a
of it.
second marriage.
We
No.
were in
I
New
think
York
so.
No.
I think I got it right. Yes, we got to call Barry Gordy up and find out.
I didn't like it. I said, Donald, stay away from it. He bought
Okay,
it.
I've had
made
enough of
$200 or
this, man. We got to
$300
cut this
million
off.
on it.
Get rid of it. It's driving me insane. It's making me not like the Republicans.
Well, you
And we don't
finally
want that.
came around.
No, when we don't want that to happen because I hate the Democrats. The Democrats and the Republicans. I can't stand either one of them, but Hillary's somebody I can't vote for. It's an impossibility. She's just not the person, and I'm not going to vote for a socialist. So they're out of luck. They're not going to get my vote, and Trump might not even get my vote. I'm not all glamorized about what he's all about too. I mean, I'm about the issues. The issues I'm very much about. I mean, I believe that our country has gone in a cesspool. I believe that we've gone off the deep end. I believe all of those things we talk about all the time. And we got a lot of fixing to do, before we can do some other fixing. We got to catch up because we've kind of gotten behind. We got to make up for what we've messed up in the last 20 or 30 or 40 years. But I'm not quite sure who's the right one. I know who the wrong ones are. That's for sure. I know who the wrong ones are, in my opinion, for me, but I'm not quite sure who the right ones are. We got to pick from the best of two evils. That's really what it comes down to. This is worse than Let's Make a Deal. I mean, gosh, I used to love Monty and Let's Make a Deal. That was one of my favorite shows growing up as a kid. And this is worse than that because both things behind box number 1 and box number 2 are crummy, as far as I'm concerned. But who do you pick? I don't know. I don't know. Whoever you don't pick, if you're a Hillary person and you don't pick Hillary, Trump's going to win. If you're a Trump person and you don't pick Trump, Hillary's going to win. So if you decide not to vote, Hillary wins. It's that simple. So for Trump to win, the people have to get out and vote. They got to get out, get the vote out, because there's more Democrats in this country than there are Republicans. That's a fact. And even though the presidential campaign is not a popular vote, the nomination process is a populist vote. The presidential campaign is a part of the electoral system. They can manipulate it any time they want at the last second. Remember the Chads, the chips, those little white Chads in Florida? Well, Jeb Bush was,
Jeb Bush was Chads.
He was there. Gore, for all intent and purpose, won the
popular
presidency.
Vote. Yeah, he won the popular vote.
Yeah, but he did not win the White House.
Yeah,
because the electoral system kicked in.
Right.
I mean, they did a recent study. They did a recent study about the last 5 or 6 presidents, and in terms of jobs and the jobless rate, and their percentages of where they started and where they ended. They started at 10%, and they ended up at 5%. That's what Reagan did in terms of the jobless. Clinton started at I got all these people that call me and they know I'm on the air. Can you go figure that one? They're always calling me when I'm on there. Hey, Tom Laughenhours. Hey, Tom, what's up, buddy? David Hall's watching. Jennifer Gilead is watching. Peterson. Tom, I sold his house up in Altadena about 10 years ago. It's been about 10 years now, man. That's right. Nice to see you again, brother. And but when you think about it, they control the electoral system because they want to have the final say of who becomes president. It was designed that way from the get-go. It's just the way it was designed, and it's just that simple. That's what the system is all about. So even if a president wins the popular vote, that doesn't mean they're going to be president. And rightfully so, when you think about it, because the popular vote is an emotional vote in many cases. It's not a vote that's more analytical. And that was the design, because the forefathers felt that because the population of the time didn't have a lot of reading capability, they weren't really as educated as the people that were educated. There was a large gap between those that could read, those that could comprehend, those that were educated, and those that were not. There was no middle ground, no middle class at that time. So they had to control the fact that some nutcase on a popular vote would not become president, especially in the burgeonings of our country. And that just turned into the control of the system forever. And it's just, that's what it is. So it doesn't really matter who you vote for. I mean, if nobody voted in America, we'd still have a new president. If nobody voted in America, if everybody went on strike, all the red and blue states went on strike, and they took a siesta like they do in Mexico. The cool thing about Mexico, when you have my goodness, there's Pam Bondi, a Florida attorney. She's talking right now. Well, just turn her off. Anytime an attorney starts flapping their lips, you know what's going on there. But like in Mexico, in the country of Mexico, up to about 15 years ago, I haven't been there in about 15 years. Mexico City, Veracruz, down towards the Central American border. Beautiful country down there. Gosh, just gorgeous. They took a siesta, and they took lunch break at 12 o'clock, came back, and then went on siesta till about 1 or 2, and then they would come back around 4, and their day would be over with. No wonder down there in Mexico they didn't make anything. They were all just having siestas. See, Americans are indigenous people. We work harder than anybody else on the planet Earth. We continue to work all the time. We're really good workers. We're some of the best worker bees the world has ever created because they paid us a little bit of something. to create an educated worker bee class. And that's what the middle class is. It's worker bees. They don't need us anymore because they got robotic. Every house in the next 4 years is going to have a little robot in it. It's going to be a vacuum cleaner robot, or it's going to be a refrigerator robot. It's going to be a backyard mowing lawnmower robot, or it's going to be a robot for lonely people at night. That's coming. Literally lonely people at night, and it's coming. There's going to be robots for everything in the next 20 years. Our life is slowly going to be taken over by robots. Little things at a time, little things at a time. They're going to just develop that, little things at a time. Right now, Amazon wants to fly drones and drop packages off in your backyard on a little landing pattern that you can put out. It zeroes in right on that, and they want to do that. The FAA just passed for these companies to fly drones under 400 feet. Pretty soon, it's going to be like friggin' Star Wars, when they look down and they see all those cars and stuff flying back and forth in those big cities. That's what the drones are going to be like. So, that stuff is coming. It's coming fast. So, when you start thinking about it, if nobody voted in this country, we'd still have a president. We'd still have a Republican president and a Democratic president. It'd just be that easy. That's what would happen. And the one that won the most electoral votes in the system would win. Because electoral votes, they can go for Democrat or Republican. They don't have to vote for their party. Believe it or not, they can switcheroo. So they can go any which way they want. And man, I'll tell you, when you are an electoral, when you are a part of that system, don't you think you're taken care of? Woo, doggies! You bet you're taken care of. Maybe the college education for the son or the daughter gets paid for. Maybe the college debt gets paid off. Rodney Dangerfield, the great comedian, used to talk about getting no respect at all. If you are an electrolyte, that's what I call them. Boy, I'll tell you, you or a delegate, you get taken care of. Our system is predicated on that. It's predicated on built-in corruption. We just hope that the corruption isn't too evil, as Dan the Man, the project formerly known as the project, now known as the package, he says evil, right? We just hope it doesn't get that way, but it seems to be going that way. So all this RNC stuff, it's great for good fodder, for good conversation at the gym, but it's already predicated. I said the minute that Trump started, I won $50 4 times from 4 different people. I bet. They didn't think he'd get out of the primaries. I said, no, he's president. He's president. Irrespective of whether you like him or not, the man's going to be president. Why? Because he's picked. We are globalizing the planet under one form of economic base, irrespective of the language and the religion and the culture. The capitalistic society, the Republic Capitalism Society that we live in, and it was created, is spreading across the globe and is controlling the globe on a large base. And that's what's happening. So what better guy to do that or gal to do that than a businessman or businesswoman? And that's what the Hewlett Packard lady was trying to do. But she just was a biatch, man. You looked at her and you went, oh my goodness. It's like she's the Republican version of Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton's a liar. That's just as simple and straight. If you can't accept that Hillary Clinton is a liar, then there's something wrong with you. She's been caught many, many times, and her husband is too. So was Nixon. He was a liar too and a cheat. He was caught. Clinton was caught lying and cheating when he was a president. He was impeached. Remember? Now he got out of it. So when you start thinking about those things like that, you start realizing that the whole system is rigged to some degree. So just enjoy the RNC, enjoy the DNC, and don't get too wrapped up in it. That's why I can make fun of all these people. I have more fun making fun of these people than really listening to what they're saying, because I know what they're saying, because they've been saying it since they started saying it. So it's all great comedy. The greatest comedy comes out of the greatest tragedy. And that's what Shakespeare did. He wrote his tragedies were actually almost comedies. Just a little bit more. You turn up the volume on a tragedy, and it becomes a comedy. So that's sort of how that works. So these are just big flares of variety shows going on. And all these people with their diamond necklaces come out here looking pretty and all this. And I observed. I mean, how many people, how many black folks have you seen cross the stage versus the white folks? How many brown folks? How many Asian folks? How many Native American folks have been walking across the stage? Not too many. Not in the Republican. Wait till the Democrats. You're going to be hard pressed to find a white person. See, that's the contrast. And that contrast is created on purpose. You telling me there's not a lot of black, not a lot of colorful pigment colored people of different pigment color in their skin than in the Republican Party? Are you telling me that there's not a lot of people of the white pigment, the Caucasian pigment in their skin in the Democratic Party? It's all set up and designed. And that's okay too, because that's the way our system runs. And now that we're going into globalization of the planet, this multiculturalism stuff, soccer is evident of that. If you look at soccer, why has soccer become the sport, such a popular sport amongst youth today? Not just because the parents are afraid that their kids are going to get, concussions and hit and beat up in football. And not because, most of your football players seem to be people of color now. I don't know. Sure seems to be that way, but that's not the reason. The reason is because soccer is the number one sport in the world, that outside of cricket. Cricket is the number one sport in the world in India. Number one in the world. There's almost 2 billion people playing cricket. Can you imagine playing a game called cricket? I'd like to play a game called cockroach. Or maybe we could play a game called grasshopper. Or maybe we could play a game called elephant. Cricket. Where did they get the name of cricket? How did they ever come and create the name cricket for a game? That's an interesting question. I mean, where did that name cricket come from? I noticed today that Cruz is pretty jacked. He's going to speak. He's definitely going to speak, and that's going to be an interesting speech. They see him, the poor loser that he was. Let's see, cricket. Cricket was started. Let's see here. They say you have to be born into cricket to love it. I can appreciate that. Started in King Edward I in the 1300s, a game much like cricket was played in Kent. That's a province of English, or Yorkshire, York. And in reality, there were actually a large number of different games played under a variety of local rules. However, hitting a ball with a stick does seem to have been a popular pastime. Hitting anything with a stick is popular pastime. Oh man, I love swinging that stick, hitting as much as I can with that stick. Oh yeah. That's why we like baseball so much in the martial arts, because they got some big sticks that they can hit things with. Let me see let's see where the word cricket came from. Let's see where the word cricket came from. Let's see here if I can find. Cricket was popular and widely documented in England during the 1700s and the 1800s. Okay, so it doesn't really say where the word cricket kind of came from. Let's see here. Okay, see some more. See what we can find. Okay. Anyhow, so that's why we have a multiculturalism going on here now. And the world sports are coming to America. Rugby, it's tougher than football. I love rugby. I just love those guys that do the haku right before the rugby match. These are some huge men. They're as big as football players, and they consistently run. They never stop running. They're running from the get-go, crashing into each other, and the whole 9 yards. I love that. It's amazing. It's just amazing how in shape these men are. So rugby is like a global sport, played in many more places than football or baseball was, or basketball. So you see, we're becoming globalized. And it makes sense that a guy or a gal, a business person, become a person that becomes a president of the United States of America, to take us into the next new age of America. And that is imperialistic domination of the social economic system and structure of Mother Earth. It's no longer just our nation, just our hemisphere, just parts of the world. It's the domination of the planet utilizing social movements, social disarray, plus economic control and education and health and good water. What's new? Why should we be so surprised at something that's been so normal forever? Nothing is new. At www.thepowervoices.com. This is the Jesse T Show, straight on the point on a Wednesday in Southern California. We're live at 5 from 5 to 6 right here. On Facebook Live at ABTV Live Entertainment Channel. Also Periscope live stream, Instagram, and Snapchat. Also on thepowervoices.com on their Facebook channel, our other format there, as well as YouTube Live and StreamUp and many others. We hope that you always join us. Lots of great shows here at thepowervoices.com, not just myself. There's a Lee Michaels show every day from 10 to 12, Monday through Friday. He holds down the fort. And then there's all kinds of other great shows, great topics, health, great topics about nutrition, about young people, older people, grandpas, grandmas, sports. Greg Bell's got a great sports program. So, there's a lot of great shows here for you to kind of be a part of here at thepowervoices.com, located all across this world on our global network. And it's good to have you along. Also, remember, every night, Monday through Friday, it's the Jesse T Show, the fabulous Jesse T Show. And we're always having a little bit of fun and a little bit of craziness. So there was a report some flag burning was taking place in Cleveland. And the police arrested 17 at a flag burning outside the GOP convention. Why do people burn the American flag? Let's get this report right here. There's going to be a commercial that's going to run here. But why do people burn the American flag? What's that all about? Yeah, that's the American flag. That's the flag that gave you the right to burn the flag. You burn the flag in another country, off with your head is what happens. Let's see what's going on here. So listen to the feed. There goes the mace. The mace is having a big crowd sing. The flag's on fire. Let's see, watch. Our friends on Facebook, on ABTV Live. Yeah. Get back! I see that kind of crap, and it's crap. I see these young people doing that, and it's just crap, as far as I'm concerned. How dare they burn the flag? Yeah, so what? They got the right to burn the flag. Whoopee-doo. What does that mean? Oh, yeah, okay. Well, this country gave you the right to do that? They should arrest those people and throw them in jail for 10 years. There'd be stop burn flagging, but it would stop like that. How dare they disrespect the flag, the blood and the guts that have been spilled for the red, white, and blue and the stars and stripes? How dare these young people who haven't served in the military, who haven't faced the battle of the enemy coming down on them, wanting to kill them, and all they have is the defense of their partner, the defense of their fellow soldier, or their fellow lady soldier. How dare they burn the flag? This country that gives them so much, gives them a job, gives them food in their belly, gives them the ability to have a house. You know how many countries in the world you can't have a house? It's horrible. These flag burning idiots. I don't care whether they have the right to do it. I've never been around somebody who's burned the flag. But if I ever was around somebody who's burned the flag, that's it. I'd go to jail because I'd knock them out. That's it. If they were on the ground, I'd ground and pound. That's it. I go to jail. He said, how dare they? How dare they do that? It's a horrible thing. Just disgusting. So that was something that took place today out in the Cleveland area, right outside the Republican National Convention, the burning of a flag at the Quicken Loans Arena. Not too much bad things have been happening out there, though. It's been actually, really cool. People have been kind of protesting properly. Not protesting like that, but protesting properly. So Americans are funny people. They're funny because they don't know what they have. We Americans have grown up in my lifetime not really understanding what we have at our beck and call. And it amazes me when people who don't understand what they have because they've never had the possibility of having it taken away do the most outlandish things just to grab attention to themselves for some political agenda or reason or statement. It amazes me that these people that do that when they are put in the thrust of fire, when they are put in a position of life and death, and I would fathom to say, when they are put in a position where the drug cartels over across Mexico are chasing them through the desert, they want to do everything they can to get across the Rio Grande and find a border patrol agent. Please. How fast the hypocrisy of these individuals come out. It's even farther than that. It's cowardly acts by cowardly people. Burning the flag. You have just, through your symbology, destroyed every man and woman who's ever died for that flag. For your right to burn it, but have some more respect for their lives they lost for your right to burn it. You got to think out of the box and a little deeper than beyond the front of your nose. So Trump is going to be the nominee for the Republicans, and Cruz is going to talk. Cruz said he's going to run in 2020, even if Trump, as president, runs for a second term. Cruz said he's going to continue the fight between now and then. He really badly wants to be president. He tells a lot of tall tales, this Cruz guy. And he has a really interesting background. Now that you know who he is, you ought to check it out. You know, where you come from is the stalk and the seed that you grow from. So you got to be real careful, because not too many people change their colors in midstream. Ronald Reagan did. He was a Democrat first, and then he became a Republican. So, looking at the RNC, having some fun with them today, looking at the DNC coming up in Philadelphia, once the capital of the United States of America, and New York. The capital meaning that's where they wrote the Constitution, the Declaration of Independence. That's where they ratified the amendments. I would challenge you to read the United States Constitution, the Declaration of Independence, the amendments, and think and ponder about these great words and what they mean to you. I think what will happen is that you'll get back to some understanding that civility, courtesy, and manner goes a lot longer than a whipping stick. I think you come to some understanding that our system is really designed to run the way it is. What we're experiencing is nothing new. Historically, when you look back at the presidential election process, read about the election of Teddy Roosevelt and the guy that he